Hey y'all, today I want to share with you a new watercolor product that a friend of mine let me borrow, and it is called Brusho Crystal Color. And y'all, this stuff is magical. And what it is it's powder, and look at all of the amazing effects. This was just me playing around, seeing what it does, which I'm going to show you some of that right now. It comes, let me find one that's like super cool looking. Wait, the cobalt one. So it's powder, very kind, I would call it super fine powder, but it's pigmented. And the box says that this is pigment attached to crystals. So I have not fully investigated, like, what is this stuff? How does it work? But y'all, I can tell you it's really, really cool. This has 2 different colors in it. And so when you paint with it, it just looks really awesome. Here's, the purple, it's pretty solid. Shoot, one of the other ones has, maybe it's ultramarine. Nope. Some of them you just can see the 2 tones. I'll figure it out as I open them up. But let's jump in. So there's a couple of ways you can use these crystals. They're very potent. I put some on a palette. This is actually a deviled egg. It's a deviled egg tray. Got it at my parents' antique store, and I just love this thing because it's just perfect. So I have powder sprinkled into some of these wells, and so you can use it like watercolor. So if I put down some water, I can tap into the powder. So you can see I'm just tapping the powder, and then when I put it down, look at that. Is this not amazing? This is amazing. It's so vibrant. I'm gonna tap into another, look at that. They mix really well together. I just can't get over how bright these colors are. This is purple. I'm just gonna drop in some purple. Let me show you how this is just what was left on my brush. And then I can come in and just drop more crystals. I call it crystals. Pigment. Let me spin this around and get to a different color. I'm just gonna pick some up. So my brush is covered, and I'm just gonna paint it down. Ooh, it's so incredible. It's so vibrant. This is little crystal bits. So what I do kind of like to just hit them to dissolve them a bit. And wherever you hit them, it's like darker. But look at this. This is just what's left on the brush. And see this purple in here? That just happens to be whatever was left. Little crystals left on the brush that were purple are transferring, which I think is really neat. You never know what's gonna happen. Let's see if I take some of this red. I'm just gonna drop some of this red into here and see what happens. Gosh, it's so vibrant. So vibrant. So this is me just picking up the powder and using it, which is a way, right? This is just one way of Oh, look at that. Look at that. I'm laughing because I'm hearing a friend say, look at that. Look at this. Look at that. Okay. All right, let me show you another way of using it, which would be wet and wet. So I am working on watercolor and watercolor paper as well as mixed media paper. So I'm just gonna paint a circle. I think I'm painting a circle. I can't really see. I think it's a circle. Painting a circle here. And watch this. So my friend who these belong to, she popped a hole in the top and puts a pin in so that you see, do you see this? You just tap and a little bit of the pigment comes out. It's so magical, y'all. It's so magical. So a little bit of the pigment got here, and I want just a dusting, and I want you to see how potent that even is to pick it up. I'm gonna let these touch. Look at that. Just from the dust particles, you can paint a whole circle. I can see that it's dried in the middle, so you can spritz, and you see how it just comes to life. That's pretty concentrated up in there. The other thing I want to show you is dropping powder. Oops, wait, sorry, I opened it instead of popping the top. So if I just drop powder onto the surface, so this is just powder, and I spritz it, look at that. Is that not great? This is so great. And so I can come down here and pick up and move around. So you can just move it around. If I put a whole bunch in here, let me show you the purple. I am not a purple person, but the purple is really cool. See that? And then you can mix. I like to smoosh the water around. I'm gonna put a little scarlet in with this purple. And sometimes the colors will push each other around. It is really fun I'm just adding a tiny bit of water just to see what happens. Look at all of this. Look at that. Would you look at that? Being silly, y'all. But silly is good because this is fun. One thing I will say, I've been playing with this for quite some time. You can see my fingers. This stuff is very, very staining. So just note to self, it stains. I want to show you the black because the black is like so vibrant, and it has so many other colors in it. Of course, right now I'm picking up blue and purple. Oh, can you see all the, sorry y'all, I know it just went off. Can you see all the colors that is in here? It's so amazing. I'm gonna touch some of this into here. Like if you work experimentally, I think this stuff is just perfect for experimental work. I'm sorry, I know it's hard to like talk and do this at the same time. Let me show you, like, so you like this is also great for just if you want to paint a background, paint a whole background, this would be great. It would be great. This stuff is just really fantastic. I'm so grateful to my friend Rachel. Her name is Rachel also, Rachel Walker. She's an incredible watercolorist, painter, teacher. So grateful to her for letting me take these home and play with them. Before I decided to invest in them, they're not like a huge investment. I think like this, you can get a box of 12 for $60, I think. So that's, to me, that's not bad. I promise y'all, this is gonna last you a really long time. It's interesting. Look at the moss green. What I should do is like test out each color for you. Let me spritz. Let me put this back on. The powders don't always look like what's gonna happen. Sometimes something different happens, which to me is part of the fun. So I can see your paper has to be like really wet in order to get the spread. See that? Look at that. You could just have so much fun with this. Look at this whole thing, and as it dries, it just morphs and changes. Now, there is a ton of pigment in here. You can come in and pick it up. I mean, it's almost like using it as a palette, you know, because I'm just touching, and you can't even tell that I've like removed paint, but there's enough here. This just shows you how concentrated this pigment is. It's really fantastic. I'm very excited about it. And I do want to get some for myself, but I had to just, I was sitting here playing with it and wanted to just show you. I'm going to tack on to, I'm going to stop and tack on to the end of this. I'm just going to chart out all these colors and then record that, but speed it up so you don't have to watch the whole slow process. But I did want to just talk you through. I picked up some brown powder and just touching that into here. This is just great stuff. Again, it is Brusho by Colorcraft. Okay, I'm going to chart these out and show you that process.